couple days.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Past the Sticks. I'm your host, Jay. As always, joining me, Tsunamic Wave and Tokyo Swift. What's good, fellas?
What up?
What up, man? Yo, appreciate the love and support as always, man. Yo, today we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to kick this one off. Well, of course, we're going to start with what games we're currently playing. We're not going to leave that out. And then we're going to get into some topics. Each one of us brought a topic. And then we're going to get the spin wheel. Spin wheel got like 200 new items to it. So let's get right to it, man. So I'm gonna kick this one off with Tokyo Swift, man. What games you been currently playing, man?
Yo, well, same old, man. I mean, of course, like the Civ, like the City Skylines, whatever, blah blah. But like I said last week, I started playing Mario Odyssey. That's pretty cool so far. Like we're making some progress in that. It's very fun. Not that far. I mean, like not that far because we're kind of like really taking our time and like really like enjoying this thing, like and then like play. And we're also me and my daughter we're actually changed basically like a tag team and so she's playing some of it and I'm playing some of it. Like my wife is actually jumping on and playing some of it as well. So it's kind of like a more of a family thing, which is very, very cool.
Did y'all enjoy the T-Rex?
Yeah. I was like, why is there a T Rex here? Like, you know what? Don't ask questions. My thing is my thing is that I saw I came across like the first like human person. I'm thinking like, wait, he looked like a regular human. So what the hell is Mario then? Like Mario, and so like, yo, wait. So now I got questions that need answers. Like it's like, but yeah, I've been playing that. Yeah, what else have I been playing? Like I started playing another game. Oh, I played like the new FIFA game. Well, EA FC 25. Yeah, like it's not good, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's like the game has been regressing for years now, and like now I think it's finally at the point it's basically a Euro simulator. Like it's like, look, if you're not going to be a European, like playing in a European league, don't bother playing it, man. Like because like they lost so many different leagues now. You can't play any other Japan leagues anymore. You can't play in like so many different competitions. And like there's barely. I'm not sure if there's a World Cup in the game. I'm like, because like it's not really advertised as like a world. I mean, if it is, it's probably like a generic version of the World Cup. And because there's not teams in it, there's not even enough teams for a full-on World Cup anyway. And
does that open the door for FIFA when it comes to 2K?
Because honestly, like now I was playing that game and I was through the EA trial, of course, because I haven't paid for these games in years, but like it's like I've been playing that and I was like, you know what? I want to see what 2K is going to do now because this ain't it. I mean, it's still cool, like the creative player motion like that. Like the gameplay is still good. The gameplay has always been good. It's just like the quality of life stuff. Like I said, the whole point about like soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, is club play and international play. And there are so many international teams missing. There are so many clubs and leagues missing. So it gets to a point where it's like you're not getting the full experience. Honestly, like stuff like this makes me want to play like FIFA 11 or FIFA 12 or something like that. Like I want to go back in time. And anytime a new game makes you go back in time, it's not a good game.
Nah,
a good game.
Nah.
Wave, what you been playing, bro?
Mine's just kind of short and sweet. 2K, like I'm still enjoying 2K. I'm gonna put that out there. In college, and then I actually went back and started the Breath of the Wild Again, I never actually beat it. So yeah, I'm gonna right that wrong. So the last couple of days, I've really been trying to put effort into that. I sent y'all a picture of one of the characters that, as y'all can see, I didn't get really far because I didn't even know who that was. But yeah, I'm gonna push through that and try to beat that, and then move on to the next one. Tears of the Kingdom.
Nice. So I've been playing Call of Duty. What was it? Modern Warfare 3. Now it's on Game Pass. I went back and checked that out. Let's just say I'm waiting for Black Ops 6.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So other than that, I did go back and I've been playing a Peppa Pig game with the little one that's on Game Pass.
Nice. I was thinking about getting that game too, actually.
Mostly, I've been playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor, man. Like, yo, it's a little Spider-Man-ish, right? Like, once you master how to play, you master how to play, right? But one thing I will say is, and maybe I'm slipping because I'm not, again, like I keep saying, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan of the franchise. So for me, it's really like learning the characters, right? And like it has a good story to it. The environment is fun. The way you get around, like the elements is fun. There's an element of just figure it out, right? Like there's certain parts you might not know where you're going, and then you get to a spot the second time and you're like, okay, well, let me go this way now, right? Stuff like that. I think that game is good, man. I'm still not thrilled with it. I still don't want to give it too much love because, like me and Tokyo Swift, we always say, get it right the first time, right?
Right.
Like, I honestly think that if they did that, it could have been a candidate for Game of the Year, not this year, but like when it last year went when it dropped. But look, man, the fact that it was on Game Pass, I guess that's what that's for, right? They finally fixed it. I can finally get around to it now instead of buying it. But yes, I'm a big fan of that game, man. I'm gonna check out one of the films, see if I change my mind on it. But
yeah, you're gonna change your mind on it, like you're gonna change your mind. Well, yeah. Oh shit! You know what? Actually, I forgot. Like one game I also started playing again. I started playing that Flip Witch game again.
Okay.
And again, for like, please don't look it up. Please don't. When you're around at work or around family or your kids or your parents or anywhere, please, like, it is not safe. It is extremely not safe for work. It's not safe for home. It's not safe for anywhere. Be in a safe environment. Like, it's a good game though, but it's wild. Put it like this: if you want to find a walkthrough for the game, you don't go on YouTube. You go on Pornhub. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Like the walkthrough is on Pornhub.
All right. So, LV said, "What up, fellas? Happy October. What's good, bro?
Yo.
You still on 2K? Let me know, man.
How you feel about 2K? I'm enjoying it, man.
What I was gonna ask that Wave real quick. I was gonna ask, like, so what is better this year versus like last year? Because with Madden, you know what I mean, last year I gave Madden hell, but this year I was actually a fan of it. So what changed for 2K?
I mean, I guess just the way the offense is. Really, I think you have to be like really skilled to play to shoot the ball this year. They trying to make it closer to like NBA averages, so they kind of change your green window, which also make it harder for people to cheat. I know some people have told me they still see people cheating, but I'm not seeing it like last year. Like last year, the game was riddled with cheaters. Everybody had the Zen, and you know how that go.
Yeah.
But this year I'm not seeing that. It's also a lot more different builds out there. Like everybody is not like, they made so many different kind of modes that the people that make the same builds is in those places. So like if you avoid certain places, like they're not in the park anymore, they're not in the rec, they like in like ranked. They got a whole rank system. So like if you don't want to play those sweats and those same builds that people gonna go to YouTube and get, stay out of ranked. You could play in the rec, you could play in the park, you could have a great time. There's a lot more choices. I mean, well, variety, I guess, out in the parks and stuff. So just make it more fun to me.
Absolutely. Big James said hi. He said,
yo,
facts. FIFA went downhill.
It did though.
Tokyo won't even play Turtles with him. Not real. Like,
Oh yeah.
damn.
Yo, hit me up when you want to play then, man. Like, let's go, man. Cause I forgot about that game, to be honest, man. Like, but I still got it though. Like, I went through the tutorial and everything.
Just said hi. What's going on? What's going on? All right.
Yep.
Let's get into these first topics. So first of all, we're gonna kick this one off with the one that I brought, man. And I got a question, man. I feel like the last few weeks we've been talking about, I mean, mostly it's been Sony focused because of their announcements and stuff. But we've had discussions various times on Xbox. Nintendo seems to get it the least. That's because I feel like the quality has been all right. But my question to y'all is, real quick, Daryl, my popped in and said,
no, I'm not. That's just, I always pronounce that word wrong, man. But you know what I mean. I tried to slide it.
A variety.
I tried. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah, I knew what I meant when I said it, and that's all that matters, man. We not in class.
But my question to y'all, man, what do you think of that single biggest issue in gaming and who's to blame? Because I've seen people place blaming on fans, right? Being fanboys, and you buy whatever they put out, and that, that basically enables them to keep going and keep raising prices and putting out garbage. I've seen it on the developers. I've seen it on Nintendo and Sony and Xbox, all the way down to GameStop. You know what I mean? I've seen like blame get put all over the place on these video game within this industry. Is it too big now? Because as we all know, it's bigger than the movie industry, right? More lucrative than the music industry. What do y'all think the biggest issue in gaming is, and who's to blame? I'm gonna start this one off a wave.
I'm gonna say microtransactions. That's in my opinion kind of what killed games. Well, not killed games, but this, I guess that's the biggest issue. One of the biggest issues, because this is more, but microtransactions is kind of predatory, man. And I ain't gonna throw no games under the bus, because there's a bunch of games that do it now. So it don't make sense to point fingers at who started microtransactions. I mean, we all know, but we don't have to point out the obvious. But that it made it so that people don't have to work for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember where like certain skins meant something. And even if they do like put out like exclusive skins that you have to work for, they don't look as good as the ones you could buy. So it make no sense to go and grind a game for 20 hours to get a skin that's not even better than the ones that you could just buy for like $2 or $5 or $10. And that's really how they get you. They make them some cheap versions, the $2 versions, then they increase. And and next thing you know, you downhill. And they even got the ones where they the boxes or the packs, and give people gambling addictions. And
loot boxes,
right, the loot boxes, even the packs. Like my team on 2K do packs. I said I didn't want to say names, but just for example, and people go out there and just the thrill of getting one of the best cards in the game, they be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars before they know they be out.
The show does that too, like with the packs. And it's like you can just buy them, and you just like basically just getting gambling. You just buy up a bunch of stuff.
Right, it's people that sit on a computer and just buy packs all day, just to hope they get some type of fame to get to recoup their money back. Sometimes that don't happen. Everybody don't make it.
All right, let's see the chat is saying, and we'll get to Tokyo Swift.
We saw this one. Let's go ahead and skip that.
He said transaction. He said Destiny started this BS. Would y'all say that Destiny is the grandfather of it? Do you think it happened before?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard. I feel like it's like because Destiny came out in 2014. Definitely microtransactions before then, but it was mainly on like mobile games though, like phone
Yeah.
games. I guess you could say like that Destiny brought it over to like to like the console
Yeah, but in my opinion, I think like Fortnite made that joint explode though.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
So like we gonna talk about like a grandfather, it gotta be Fortnite over
Agreed.
Destiny.
Just said microtransactions and force pushing towards digital only game copies.
Yeah.
That's
Facts.
a good point as well. All right, Tokyo Soup, what you got, man? What's the biggest issue in gaming and who's to blame?
I'm like, I keep saying it over and over again, so it's not like a surprise when I say it, man. Like the internet. The internet is the biggest the biggest blessing and curse of the internet. Of gaming, and I guess who's to blame? I guess Al Gore. I guess. I mean, like I don't know, man. Like, but yeah, but it's like I've been saying this for the longest time, man. It's like back in the 80s and the 90s and even the early 2000s, you came out with a game, it got to be perfect, like on release. And it can, if it's good or if it's perfect on release, then cool, it's going to stand the test of time. But yet now with these with the internet, it's like, oh, like you buy a game, day one, 2 GB download like on a patch and stuff like that, and then there's been more games that have dropped in the last 10 years that are buggy, like incomplete messes, the more than it has been in all of the history of gaming. Like I would dare to say, because it's like, because now it's like it's literally like, hey, this game ain't ready. That's okay. Ship it. Like, just ship it. We'll fix it later. And now
Right.
so now you buy a game full price, and you're like, yo, what is this? This is garbage. I can't play. It's like you saying, Jay, like with the Star Wars game, unplayable at the start. Now it's good.
Right.
But that's not good enough. That's not good enough, because it's like, yeah, like it shouldn't be like that, where it's to the point where it's like, oh, I gotta wait. Even though I bought it now, I gotta wait a year for it to be playable. Skylines 2 is another game like that. It came out last year on October 24th. So we're coming up on a 1-year anniversary. The game is still not playable, but they're patching it slowly but surely. So I would say probably within a year or two, the game will be as it should have been on launch. Like, and that's insane to me. Like, it's like, yeah, you don't but I mean, it's not all bad, because like the invention of like DLC, even though yes, like it's an added thing you got to pay for, but they do change when they're done right, they do change the game, they do elevate the game, they do extend the life of a game. Like Grand Theft Auto 5 doesn't last for like 10 years or 11 years without DLC, without the constant push of additional content. So like there is a good thing and a bad thing, but I feel like it's more overwhelmingly bad, just because nobody like developers aren't pressed to ship out a great game at launch. Now they can just like, look, it's garbage, whatever, we'll send it out, we'll take our lumps on social media, but we'll promise to fix it, and then like, okay, and then once we do fix it, then you can't say nothing is fixed, man. So it's like, yeah, like to me, like that's the biggest problem right there. That's why I say that, like I've been saying for a long time, I think the game industry is in a dark age right now. Like, it's like this is not good right now.
It's a good point. Let's see what the chat is saying. Jess said, the little one said, my games on my tablet always freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the simplest form, that sums it up, right? Like just putting out garbage. Like Vix James said, cough, Activision, cough.
Exactly.
And Daryl Miner said, No Man's Sky is a perfect example of that too.
Exactly. Like No Man's Sky was horrific on launch, but now it's one. Hell, I think it was the last year or the year before last. It won the best comeback game of the year. I didn't know that was an award to be like, but the fact that,
I didn't know that was an award either.
But the fact that has to be, that's an award now. As you,
Yeah.
hey, like, yeah, it was a disaster at launch, but you fix it and like good job. Like, it shouldn't exist, man. Like, it shouldn't exist. Like, just
Well,
like put out good games from the start, because like it's possible to put out good games from the start. Like, hell, The Legend of Zelda's been doing it for 40 years. Like, I mean,
well, I will say this though. I mean, what if the game is good from the start? It's just that people don't know about it, and then wouldn't that be a good story for comeback game of the year? So it is some space for it, just not for the games that's trash. Like Cyberpunk
space.
2077 shouldn't win comeback game of the year. Like it wasn't.
I think it did though. Like I think it did like 1 year. Yeah. I think it did. I think it did it 1 year. So I'm like, and stuff like Cyberpunk is another game. It's like, yeah, they fixed it up like a little bit like as time went on, but at launch it was garbage. I'm like, you know what happens? Like in like 1993 when you launched a garbage game, nobody bought it. Your company went out of business. Like it's like, but now it's like, oh well, hey, we can put out a garbage game. It's okay. Like have patience, guys. You gotta have patience. Like and then just fix it up slowly but surely later. And now everything is okay now. Like it's like, and then you win an award for it. Like, imagine winning an award for being trash. Like it's like because that's essentially what it is. Like, hey, we were a dumpster fire back then, but now we kind of got our act together, and now we put out the game. We finally made the game where it should have been at launch. Now give us flowers. Like it's like what? Like
that's a good point, man. Like, so my answer, and the reason why I brought this up, man, and let me just put this disclaimer out. I'm not talking about people at the bottom. I'm not talking about the developers who's trying to pay their rent, who got to go on strike every 3 minutes. I think the gaming industry makes too much money. Like, I think flat out, like, when it comes to the industry, I'm pocket watching now because, well, as soon in a way when we covered that, it was the most lucrative industry, right? Bigger than the movie industry, bigger than the music industry. I was like, this is a bad sign. And speaking to Tokyo Swift's Dark Age comment, if you take a look at list of the highest selling games of all time, yes, some of them are BS because they count multiple versions of Tetris into one. So that's always like number one, right? But if you scroll through that list, you're gonna find very seldomly are games from the 90s and 2000s in that list. It's always games from the last 10 years and games from the 80s. And speaking to Tokyo Swift's point, there was a gaming crash in the 80s.
Right.
And I'll be damned if it don't look like we might be heading towards one in this, but yet they're selling the most, right? Because they're putting out garbage, right? Like, I think what's going on is in the 2000s, if Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance only sold 1 million, but it was fire, who cares? Because we're gonna play it. And those 1 million people who bought it, they're gonna play it, and at least back then with physical copies, you give the game to your friend, let him borrow it, he beats the game, and we still talk about it. Meanwhile, you got something like Cyberpunk, which now might be a good game, but every time you bring up Cyberpunk, even the fanboys, they'll be like, yo, I know what you're gonna say, but give it a chance now. But yet that game they put so much money into that game, right? That it's like, bro, like at the end of the day, it's like if it's all about the money and not about the quality, then it's like, what are we doing? Like, take a look at a game, like for example, since Daryl Miner's in the comment, Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Beloved game, everybody loved the game, they love the story. My man Daryl Miner says the greatest game of all time. We never talk about how much money they put into that game because people love it. They put a lot of money in that game. Right. They put a lot of money into that game, right? But what do we always hear when it comes to Grand Theft Auto? We always hear they dumped this much money in this game. It has to be good. It's like, no, the game has to be good because it has to be good. Not because they dumped the money they want to sell. The game. Right. Like Grand Theft Auto, anything Rockstar makes is going to sell because we have faith in Rockstar. And that's the beautiful point about it. Meanwhile, you got all these studios dumping money into all these games because they're trying to keep up, but you're running the wrong race. We got how many years of faith in Rockstar? 20 now? 20 years of faith in Rockstar. If Rockstar is like, yo, we making a racing game tomorrow, like Midnight Club, we're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna check it out because we got faith in Rockstar. Meanwhile, you got games like Starfield, which north of 150 million, north of 300 million,
which was a
and it's just not good. Like graphically, it looks amazing, but it's a snooze fest, and it's like too many games we're seeing like this. And by doing that, they're suppressing the indie studios. Indie studios can't get their games noticed outside of a state of play where they put it in like a little montage just to get back to Pixar's Spider-Man. It's like the industry that would like. I remember visually getting the 360 from Tokyo Swift that had the red ring. I got it back in the mail. And the first thing I did before I can go out and buy a game was just messing around with Xbox Live Arcade. Those are indie games that I still play till this day because of that.
Right.
We don't have a chance for indie games now. And when something like It Takes Two does win, people riot. Like, wait, like you remember people was bugging out that It Takes Two won. Like,
and it's wild because, like I said, like I mean, I didn't play it at launch, but I went back and played it this year. I'm good. I'm upset. Not because it won the game. I mean, it should have won. Like, it should be obvious. It should have been like that year should have been unanimous. Like it shouldn't be any doubt. Like that game was amazing, and it's great that indie games and indie storytellers have that platform now to see it. And I do think they need more of a platform because there are a lot of indie games. I want to say most of the games that I play now that I feel like consider okay, this is amazing like that. They could be considered like indie games. Like it's because they're not they don't have the budgets of like a Call of Duty or something like that, or like a Mario game or a Legend of Zelda game. Yes. But that doesn't mean that they're going to be inherently bad. It doesn't mean that they're like some of the best games I played. Like It Takes Two is probably like honestly, I want to say if I was like picking the top 20 games that I played all times, like that might make the list. That might make the list. Yeah, I mean, and it's because because not only was it a good game, but the fun I had with the fun like me and my entire family had playing that game. So it's like, yeah, I mean, like it's like it's what you said. It's a shame that money is just standing in the way of of good games.
I'll get to the chat, but I will say the best game I played so far this generation PS5 Series X is Trek to Yomi, and that game could have came out.
That game is fire.
It could have came out on the 360 graphically, but the game is incredible.
That game could have came out on the original Xbox, like it's because it's not. Yeah, I mean it was fire. Like the game is super fire.
You could get on the PlayStation 1.
Nah.
It's a little bit more advanced for PlayStation 1.
All right, let's see. He said Red Dead Redemption 2 with the ghost.
That's a dog. That's a dog.
That's a dog.
I don't know what that is.
The dog.
Marquise Everett was good, bro. He said these games too much copy and paste too. That's why I don't own one. A lot of people, as much as like kids are, you know what I mean, they're getting into gaming faster. There are people who left the industry because it's like, one, I'm not paying $700, $500 for a console. Then you get it, you pop in 2K or Madden, it's like, okay, this looks amazing. But then the next time you play it, it's like it's buggy or whatever. Like, I don't want to play no more. It's like, meanwhile, I can go turn the 360 on and have fun, unlimited fun. And I know people say nostalgia kills gaming and it's not fair and stuff like that. But I'm like, bro, like as somebody who collects consoles, I go back and I play these consoles, and it's not all nostalgia because I'm playing games that I've never played before.
They're better,
like
up to
because it's like I said, going back to my point. I was like, because back then they didn't have the pleasure of we'll fix it later, man. It's like, we got to get it perfect the first time. Like that's why I can still pick up a Banjo Kazooie game, Banjo Tooie, and still play that straight through because it's fire still. It's still fire. It's still fire to this day. But I mean, like stuff like there's very, very few games out there. Like, I mean, think about it. Like you said, if you listen, top 100 greatest games of all time. You know how many? I would say at least half of those games would be games that came out before the year 2005. So I mean, yo, because they stand the test of time, man. I mean,
Right.
yeah, nostalgia is a thing. Like it makes you remember things a little bit differently, but that doesn't mean that you're wrong about it.
Right.
Like you're not nostalgic about garbage, you know?
Right. Right.
Like
Right.
Not
it's like, oh man, it's like, oh man, like you know what I really missed that Superman 64 for
right.
game, man. Like that was peak. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
mean, like it's like
Yeah.
yeah, you're not nostalgic about garbage. I mean, so
Absolutely. All right, so yo, let's jump over to the next topic, man. Wave, Fortnite,
Yo,
what they up to?
apparently they're bringing back that Superman 64. Nah, on a serious note though, Fortnite got a new parent. Oh my god, I can't speak today. They got a new feature which let parents put a time limit on the amount of time that Fortnite can actually well the kid could play Fortnite. And not only that, it have like a little notice that pop up on the screen. Well, they will have a little notice that pop up letting them know that it's time to get off, man. And I pause. And I just wanted to know how y'all feel about that.
Yo, all right, yo, I'm gonna be honest, man. I see it from both sides, right? As a parent, I get it. Sometimes people like kids, sometimes they go too far, they get upset, right? They emotionally get upset because they not winning a game, or sometimes they just game all day. And I've done it as a kid, you know what I mean? Like I like literally, I remember the first time playing Left 4 Dead, and I'm like, yo, like I
yeah,
played that game all day long. You know what I mean? And like
Right.
sometimes you do need a break, so I get it. But at the same time, thinking from a kid's perspective, you rocking in the game, and then a little thing pop up that say 15 more minutes. Damn, like you know what I mean? I'd rather just
yeah.
have the parent yell, get off the game. You know what I mean? Like putting that pop up in game is crazy, man. Like I don't know. I'm torn, man, because as like I said, I do think gaming sometimes gets a bad shake. You know, the whole they stay inside, they don't go outside and play, they unhealthy, the kid in the basement, blah blah blah. But and I think that's kind of blown overboard a lot. But I do like the idea of sometimes kids do need a break. I don't know if they need that feature because what happened to hey 15 more minutes, get off the game, go
Right.
go wash the dishes, go outside, do your homework or whatever, and then you can hop back on the game. Like I don't know if I just it kind of feels unnecessary. But I'm curious of your thoughts though.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things. Is like where it's like you're letting other people parent your kids. It's like because like you said, Jay. I mean, you could just tell your kid, hey, you're only gonna play this game for an hour today, or
Right.
like in like 20 minutes, get off the game, stuff like that. And I understand it. Like I said, I mean, 'cause especially kids is like it's for like enveloped in Fortnite, and I get it, but I mean, but it's like I mean, there's definitely going to be ways to get around this. It's like I'm sure it's like you could probably just sign out on one gamer tag, sign in on a different one, or or just turn it off real fast, turn it back on and see what happens and stuff like that. So I mean, like it's just I get it, like because they're trying to, because Fortnite is really trying hard to like basically be on the parent side, just because like there's been so many reports and so many stories about this kid used their parents' credit card and spent $1,000 on this or that or blah blah stuff like that. So like they really wanted like hey, because they understand that uh kids basically make up the most of their population in the game. So it's like, look, and they don't the kids don't have agency yet. Like they like so like they're still under their parents. So they still so really to cater to kids, you got to cater to the parents. And so I can see why they would do stuff like this. I mean, I don't know how it's going to go over, especially because it's like literally if you limit time for kids to get on there, you're basically limiting your fan base. Like so, I mean, especially if it's like say maybe like a hardcore curfew. I don't know, like after 7, you got to get off or something. I don't know. So at 7, you got to get off or something like that. Your player count is going to drop significantly. And for a game that's heavily based on microtransactions and a live service, having a empty server is probably not conducive
Right.
to business, you know. So I mean, hey, it's like we'll see how it works. You know, we'll see how what people say about it. I'm sure there's definitely going to be a lot of pushback from it. People going to be applauding it. So I mean, like I don't like because like my daughter doesn't play Fortnite. So I mean, like, and I don't play it either. So it's like it's nothing to me. But at the same time, like yeah, I mean, a lot of people obviously do play it. So I would like to see. I would like to hear from people who actually play, like and see
Right.
what their thoughts about it would be.
What's your thoughts, Wave?
I could be mistaken, but then Fortnite kind of get sued not too long ago.
They
Well,
probably did.
they got they got
Like,
sued a few times, right? But they got sued
yeah,
because kids were taking their parents' credit cards in order
yeah,
Right,
to
right.
keep up with the
So
Joneses, right? Like that's
yeah.
that's what they were
that's
doing. So I find it odd that Fortnite of all is the one to do this, and it's like what might end up happening, like Tokyo Swift said, in terms of backfiring. Parents might get on the account to set that limit, and then find out their credit cards is linked to the damn game and pull those. Like,
Yeah,
well, what I mean, I was gonna say that may be a way for Fortnite to kind of like to cover their tracks or use in lawsuits going forward. You know what I'm saying? Um,
exactly.
uh, but at the same time, like I could see myself like 13 or something playing the game with my friends in the chat. And I don't really too much want my parents to be yelling at me while I'm with the boys. You know what I mean? It would be a little more discreet coming up on the screen like, "Hey, it's time to get off." Then you could just tell them how you tell them, like, "Yeah, I gotta eat.
yeah,
Holla at y'all tomorrow,"
Yeah,
something like that. So I mean, I look
that's a
at
good
it that
point.
way. Right, but there's also some kids that can't handle that kind of stuff and gonna keep going, and then obviously, then you can open the door like, "Yo, you just saw the message, get off the game." And then you gotta step up the parenting a little bit, if you want to call it
right.
that. But really, the kind of like add on to what y'all was saying about the microtransactions, that's what they should give them the parent control for. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yo, on Apple, if you want to buy an app, you can set it up so if your kids on your kid's phone or tablets, whatever, if they want to get an app, regardless if it's free or not, you get a little message and say, "Do you want to give permission for such and such to
Yep.
download the app?" Why don't they do that for their transaction
You
so a
know why
parent
they?
can set
Yeah,
it up and be
right.
Yeah,
like, "Yo, username whatever is trying to make a transaction. Do you agree?" And then that would, I mean, I feel like parents will respect that a lot more, and that would keep them out the courthouse, But you're
yeah,
gonna do that to limit the time, like that ain't gonna change them sneaking in, getting on credit card numbers and putting it on your game. And obviously, that's the point.
I'm gonna get to the chat real quick, but I'm curious because I don't trust these companies, and I'm not just picking on like Fortnite and their development. I'm talking about all of them. I can see this something happening where by Christmas they'll have this going, right? It's a good idea and everything. Everybody's praising it, and then Fortnite starts putting time-based incentives, in-game
Oh
incentives
yeah.
for these kids to break these rules, right?
Right.
Like they put this in,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's like play past 10 p.m. like
To
to
get
unlock this. Yeah,
card
like
in.
Get a cheat sheet even like it's like
right,
don't defy your parents like
right.
like
I
10 gamer score.
You
Daryl Miner
laughing,
said
but it might be true.
a parent is going to lose their life over this. Watch what I tell you. So I mean,
Yeah,
like, look, man.
some of these kids be wilding, yo.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not hard to find. You go online and look up cases where kids have caused serious harm to people over video games, not just kids but adults as well, right?
Yeah.
There was a viral video of a kid who had his 360 taken for being bad at school or whatever. Dad smashed it. Brother thought it was funny, put the video on YouTube. This is like 20 years ago now, 10 years ago, whatever it was. And the kid and the brother did an update, was like that kid and that father has fought several times since. They're adults now. The kid's an adult, and they never recovered. That's how much that Series X meant to him. But it's like, look, I would love to be like, nah, he bugging. That's not gonna happen. But in this day and age, we just don't know, man. Like, So I
Yeah.
mean, it's not out of left field. Like,
See, I'm like you know what is good parenting about that, and like it's since that this time limit jump off. They do what that dad did in South Korea, man. Like where he was like, oh man, my son is on this game all day long, and all he
yep.
do is play. So he paid a bunch of pro gamers that every time that they see him log in, they would jump on and they would wash him, like to the point where they made him quit that game. I'm like, yo,
Right.
see, modern problems require modern solutions, man. Like,
Yeah, that
like
is crazy though.
yo,
Big James said,
that's the type of parent I want to be.
Big James said, I knew I had a problem when Clash of Clans would make me take a break.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yes.
crazy. I didn't even know they did that.
Just could be good, could be bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really that simple. He said more than anything is just a way for them to be like, hey, we have parental controls, avoiding liability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to say this is done in good faith, but like I said, I don't trust these companies. I just don't, right? Like, so
if it was good faith, they would have did it for the microtransactions. I'm telling you.
Right. That's a good point, man. Because so many kids, they know their parents' cards. They take their cards, upload it into the game, and then what's $1 here, right? $5 here, $1 here, $5 there, and then next you spent $20,000 on Fortnite.
Right.
Tokyo Swift.
You
got some questions about game of the year. You guys know the Game Awards was, I guess now that's where they do their game of the year, where I'm sure it'll be a 6-hour event. Anthony Mackie will have time on stage. Matthew McConaughey, everybody will be there besides Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. But
so everyone will be there except for the people who actually make the game. So
right, so but so we're gonna do some, I guess not even way too early, but some early predictions. So Tokyo Swift came up. I'll let you ask the questions.
All right, man. Yeah, I was like, just put it simple, man. It's like, we're gonna do 3 picks, about game of the year, like only, like that's the only category, and it will go on with the game that you think is going to win, the game you think should win but probably isn't, and the dark horse for like that actually might win and come out of nowhere, like kind of like almost like it takes two, kind of came out of nowhere and won that. All right, so I mean, like, well, I start you, Jay. Let's go reverse order. Like, actually, you know what? Let's go like to make it interesting. Like, forget the dark pick. Like, let's go who do you think is going to win game of the year? Like, if you had to put money on it, who do you think is going to win game of the year?
So who should win? Who we think?
So we going with what game will win, right?
Yeah, like what game will win?
Yeah, so I think Astrobot's gonna win. I'm already hearing talk about it being the modern day Super Mario 64, showcasing how platformers can be on a modern console. I know Astro Playroom when they launched like a tech demo with the PS5. I've been hearing some good things about it. I'm not gonna lie, I do want to play it because I want to see what the hype is about. But I've just been hearing a lot of talk like platformers are back. I feel like it's going to clean up at the Game Awards, including Game of the Year.
Okay.
Wave, what you got?
Wave, what you got?
Oh, my bad. We doing 1-1-1. All right.
Oh, Jinx, yeah.
All right. I think the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, man. I think they're gonna win. I know Zelda don't usually win. They get nominated a lot though, but they don't typically win. But I think this will be the second one to break that mold.
Okay, that's like, so. I think the game that's probably going to win. Like if I had to put money on it, I'm gonna say I'm a Black Myth. Like the Sun Wukong game.
Yep.
People are talking about that game like it's the second Kong. I mean, like of Jesus, man. Like it's like, and for what I understand, I mean, I haven't played it because it disappeared off of Xbox. I mean, I don't know, fam, but like it disappeared. But I mean, I haven't played it. But what I hear is that the game is damn near perfect, and it's one of those games that is just an epic single player story, like great combat, like multiple ways to go about playing the game and defeating the enemy and stuff like that. That's like honestly, like I feel like that's the prototype. Like how like in the movie industry they have what they call Oscar bait. I think this is like this type of game is getting aiming to your bait. Like it's that definitely like this that's what they look to the most, like with games like that.
Okay. So now what are we doing?
Let's do like what games should like do you personally think should win?
Okay. I'm gonna go, even though I'm gonna preface this by saying I think it's been a down year. I know some people are saying 2024 was like incredible. I don't see it, but I'm gonna go Hellblade 2 only because I did thoroughly enjoy that game. I thought it was worth the wait. However, I just don't see a lot of games this year that I thought was like really that impressive. So me saying that is not some high and mighty like, wow, it beat out the competition. It's more about, I just think it was the best game this year, and a lot of games got moved out of this year. I do think it's one of the worst years in gaming possibly ever. I'm not gonna put it up there with 85 with the ET game and all that, but I think it was a terrible year. So I'm gonna go Hellblade 2, but I'm not even confident in saying like yay. So, it's more like by default.
So IGN has a list of like a potential game of the year candidates that they came out with in September, and that game is on it.
Oh really?
So yeah, so it is getting a recognition though. So like I mean like yeah, so
I'm a fan of it. I just don't think this was an impressive year for gaming. So like it feels like it's kind of gonna win by default if it does. Not so much like
overall, yeah, like overall it's not. Yeah, I can agree with that. Go ahead, Wave. What you got?
This is a little biased, but I don't care. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah. I really don't think, I know. Once you say Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy anything, people tend to like be like, "Oh, brother,
15 of them.
Like, they do the smart. Oh, brother,
16 of them.
16
now.
Listen.
16 now.
Listen, bro. Final Fantasy VII has been showing multiple times how to remaster a game, bro. I don't think they get enough credit for that. We sat there and watched San Andreas shit the bed in multiple other games too. And I only use San Andreas because of how highly we think of that game, bro. All they did was turn the lights on with way more power. Like it was ridiculous. Okay. Final Fantasy VII took a blocky game and created it. Well, they took that blocky game, Final Fantasy VII, and made it into something beautiful that expanded it so crazy. They made the story like pop off the screen with the way they did it. Like I don't think they get enough credit. I feel like they should get their credit in this one. I'll be real with you.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like I'm sure they've been nominated for Game of the Year like 10 other times.
So have Zelda. But shit,
no, I mean Final Fantasy VII in particular.
Yeah, they keep knocking on the door. They need to let them in, give them something.
So I'm leaving here with something. They're gonna keep putting out the same game until they win.
What you got, Tokyo Swift?
All right, man. I got like a game that I think that should win, but probably not gonna win. Like, cause like I personally like loved it. I thought it was a great game. I got Another Crouched Treasure. Another Crouched Treasure was a great game. It was a great Souls like a game. Very fun, very polished game. It was a Souls-like game, but almost the antithesis of a Souls-like game because it's not dark and brooding. It's actually very bright and colorful. The soundtrack track was amazing. The combat was fun. Things like that. The story was okay. The story could have been better, but I mean, but it was fun. Like it was definitely had some replay value. And it's definitely they definitely like to lean into the gimmicks and stuff like that. I mean, it was a really cool game. Like it was definitely one of the games that came out this year that was like that I was excited to play, and I played it and lived up to that, and and I played it all the way through. It was fun for me.
Okay. So now we're doing Dark Horse, right?
Yeah, Dark Horse. Like, yeah.
When I say my Dark Horse pick, I'm gonna preface it by saying it's gonna sound wild because it's so popular, but I'm gonna say Black Ops 6 because the way you look at Call of Duty now in the gaming industry is kind of how the film industry looks at Marvel. It's gonna make the most money, but they don't really consider it cinema, right? So it's like Call of Duty obviously is gonna probably sell the most each year, but they don't really look at it as a quality game. And for most years, I get it. But I think this year, if they delivered on the promises that they did with the movement, we know they're going to have the player base. If that story mode, that campaign is everything they say it should be, I can see it stealing Game of the Year, which I believe will be the first time since I think Modern Warfare 1 or 2 might have won it. Back when it was just more about like more in a magazine versus a big showcase.
Should have been, yeah.
Right.
So,
but I think possibly this could be the one that can win it, especially again in what I think is a down year, where the games that should get more press didn't, right? And the games that got all the press probably shouldn't have. So that's my Dark Horse pick, Black Ops 6.
I'm gonna go with Assassin's Creed Shadows, man. I think because of the characters that they made the game around, protagonists, or we don't know if they're gonna be whatever, you know. I think the game Assassin's Creed is a good game, man. They typically make some really well games. I think they're gonna do a good job with this, and it's gonna be a bit different because you know we know Yasuke to be a brute, and we talked about this last week. He ain't sneaking around. And Assassin's Creed is kind of built on stealth, so it'll be cool to see how they're gonna make you move around as this big human, and he's like 6'4" in Asia, so he's probably one of the biggest things moving. So it's gonna be hard for him to sneak around. So it's gonna, I don't know. I could feel like people gonna enjoy this rendition of Assassin's Creed, and they'll get their flowers that they deserve, man.
I'm mad at that. I actually want to check that game out myself, to be honest. So
I mean, like I said, man, anytime you can throw Yasuke into something, man, I'm in there. It's just like hopefully like they don't shit the bed like they did with the anime, man. Like,
yeah, they could have did that way better.
They shit the bed on that one, man.
They did.
But okay, like my dark horse, like for winning game of the year was going to be wild especially because they going through litigation right now. I'm gonna pick Power World. Just because like when it came out, it was a international sensation like overnight. Like it was just like it just came through and then just like took the world by storm. And it's still being talked, like they still dropping the content for it. People really like. I mean, it wasn't my cup of tea, honestly. But I mean, because like I did try it. I didn't realize that it wasn't on PS5 this entire time until the State of Play came out. But it's like So now like there's more players going to be jumping into it now. So I think that might. And it would a slap in the face it would be for Nintendo, you know, like for that. So it's like so that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe they can get some traction because I mean like it's like for what I hear it was a good game, man. So it's like even if they did completely copy Pokemon, but it's
didn't.
It's cool though. They did.
Some of the characters.
They did.
So I mean, but no.
They did. They did.
I played.
So it's like
it's not the same. I mean,
it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm not saying it's the same, but I mean, it's not the same. So like feel like that.
But it's not. Hopefully, it's not enough for them to get so they can win this lawsuit and keep the game out though.
They're gonna win that lawsuit.
Let me quickly bring up a debate me and Wave had years ago. I believe this had to do with God of War Ragnarok.
Right.
Should there be a cutoff for game of the year in terms of
Oh
date?
yeah. I remember this.
So,
So
for example, if a game's like God of War Ragnarok, if I remember correctly, dropped like December 5th or
Game of the
November
year was like
something, yeah,
January or some
and
shit, wasn't it?
it won Game of the Year in
Wait,
late
when is game of the
December.
year?
Usually, it's like
so
December 10th to through the 14th.
So like no, I'm gonna jump in. I'm like no, it shouldn't be a cutoff for it because like as long as it comes out in that year and it's great, it's the game of the year. It doesn't matter if it came out at 11:59 on December
Bruh,
31st because because look, that's why most like award shows
nah.
stuff like that like say like the Grammys like the Oscars stuff like that for 2024 they have it in 2025. So that is all it's all set because if you do like that where you can't if you're gonna say it's the game of the year 2024 like if it came out in 2024 it should be eligible. So I
Nah.
honestly for me I think that like yeah I mean like it's not like oh when it came out like oh so I played it more because honestly it shouldn't matter. It's the game like for instance like Wave you said that one of your game of the year choices would be the echoes of the kingdom like the new Zelda game
Right.
that came out last week. So, I mean so yeah so
Yeah,
it's
but it
like
got time though.
that came out last week. What's the new Call of Duty game don't come out till later this month. Like the Assassin's Creed game don't come out till November, I think. So I mean, like, yeah, it's like I mean, it don't. For me personally, it don't matter. Like, as long as you want to say it was the best game that year, then it's the best game that year, man. Like,
So,
it's
if
like because
anything, the award show should
the
be
war show
moved.
should move. The war show should be moved. Like because if you don't want to consider for 2024, you don't want to consider a game that came out in 2024. You shouldn't have that award show in 2024. Move it to
April
January
or
20
something.
because like
April.
that's why again back to movies and TV. That's why they call it the award season. It's usually from January to March.
Yeah.
Where they go back and like hey look at the whole year. That way you can like step back and fresh eyes on it and like hey now we can really sit back and think about all the stuff that came out this last year, and then we can think about it from that standpoint. Because I mean,
Okay.
because if you like this, like I said to me, if you exclude games that came out this year, you can't really call yourself the game of the year, especially if a game came out that say for instance, like say the cutoff date is today, right? So that means the new Zelda game is in, but that means Call of Duty's out. But if Call of Duty was the best game that year, you're gonna put it in with the next year. Like I mean, it didn't come out that a year, so it's not the game of the year
Right,
2025.
because
Like,
yeah,
so
I
it's
remember
Yeah.
that now. This debate
yeah,
was about Elden Ring versus was it
right,
Ragnarok?
Yeah, about
yeah,
God of War. Yeah.
Yeah.
because Elden Ring came out in I think it was like what 2021, 2022.
Yeah,
So it's like yeah,
March though. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So no,
I,
February. I remember it
Yeah.
came out. So yeah, so I'm like, look, so like if it came if you're gonna say like game of the year like with that year, you gotta have it you gotta have the award. You gotta move the award show. You don't move the game. You move the award the award show.
I'm trying to remember what my argument was, if I
So
remember correctly.
basically, we had this convo before the Game Awards, and what happened
Right.
was, I said I thought God of War Ragnarok was going to steal Game of the Year,
And
and
I said it didn't deserve it.
you were saying it didn't deserve it because it just came
Yeah.
out, and Elden
Right.
Ring been popping since that February.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So,
Yo,
do you
so
think the award show should be moved? Would that be a reasonable fix for you?
I
If
think
the
that was part of my argument last time we had this discussion. I was saying like
Right.
April, because then it would be fair for God of War to win, even though that was
I don't
not.
think that's
Now
the
that we
route,
look
yeah.
it back, I mean, I'm just saying that because of like football and all of that. You know, you got
I
to think
feel
about
because I
TV
think
count.
January, like gaming is dead in January. We just passed the Christmas rush, and usually brand new games that are like hot or popping will come out in February. So January on a random January with the Game Awards is not like on a Sunday. If I remember, it's on like a Thursday night or like a Wednesday night or something.
But Yeah, but you don't know what's happening like in January, like the
Playoff football.
playoffs. So yeah, so it's like,
it's
and
not a
then
good idea.
like I see why they put it in December, because like, so basically you go out, you put it in like a little bit or early December as well, like early to mid December. So yeah, so exactly like a Christmas rush. Now, oh hey, game of the year, like edition, like stuff like that. So now, so it boosts sales. I get it from that standpoint, but like I said, like if that's what you want to do, then you need to consider everything that came out to up to that the day of the Game Awards, because hey, it's still the same year.
Yeah.
Jeff said, who's going to be the most random celebrity guest at the Game Awards?
You know what? I bet you like a dude like Timothy Chalamet is going to be there. I don't really know, I don't really know who he is, but I've heard his name a lot. So I'm gonna say him.
I don't know who that is either.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. Like I wouldn't know who he is if he walked in my house right now. But I mean, but I hear his name a lot. So I guess he's getting famous because I know his name. So
yeah, I'm gonna say Tom Holland. I don't know why. I just feel like
that's random. He's Spider-Man.
Yeah, Uncharted.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
I can't think of a random person. I don't know no random celebrities off the top of my head.
Anthony Mackie's been at the last 3, so like
he's not
random no more, right?
He's definitely gonna be there.
All right. In the meantime, let's get to the spin wheel, then we'll get out of here, man. Had some good convos, man. We gotta touch upon that because I am starting to agree that we might be getting into some shit with gaming, man. Like dark ages. Like it's getting rough out here.
I've been trying to tell you, man. I mean, it's not a bad thing per se, but I mean, it happens. It's just a natural cycle thing. You can't have a golden year and not have a dark age. I mean,
somebody on X said that this is the version of when hip hop went through its pop and snap, you know what I mean, phase in like the mid 2000s. Like basically that's gaming now is popular. Everybody's playing games, but that don't necessarily mean it's good. Like
yeah.
Shout out to Lil Jon. What gaming genre do you enjoy the most and why? It's just funny because we just talked about basically the industry as a whole. I'm gonna say I'll kick this one off. I think now more than ever, because I've always been a big multiplayer / co-op person, but I think now I'm really starting to enjoy like the puzzle games. I've been going back on like Game Pass now, but like playing some of the older stuff, like I can't think of the name now, of course, but playing like the old 360 arcade games like the Puzzle Blaster and Feeding Frenzy and stuff like that. Those type of games from the arcade games and stuff like that. I've been playing a lot of them off Game Pass. So and it's just simple, mindless. You don't got to think too much. I only have to install it, just play it off the cloud. It's just stuff like that. Recently,
you should play the game Humanity. Like it's on Game Pass.
I saw it. Yep,
came out this year. Yeah, like it came out this year. Yeah, like
game of the year.
No, it's not game of the year. But it's definitely not game of the year. But it is a cool game though. It's a cool little puzzle game though.
Right.
Like me, I'm gonna say like open world RPG games, man. Like I really like the freedom that brings, and like and just to go basically just like I keep saying like it's all about immersion, like being able to immerse yourself like in the world and stuff like that, and like see the world that developers came up with, and you get to like chill in there or do whatever, or like even just the side quests and side missions and stuff like that. I mean, like stuff like that just like to me is very, very fun.
Okay. What you got, Wave?
I'm enjoying tactical shooters right now. Be honest with you. Well, one in particular, Valorant. That's really kind of how I, enjoy my relaxing time right at this particular moment. I'll be sprinkling other games in there, but that's the one I'm enjoying the most, or that genre.
All right, cool. Move to the next one then. Gamer Live looks at FPS all day. I don't think that ever changes.
Yeah, it's always in the rotation.
What will be the first company to go all digital? Nintendo, Sony.
It seems like
Microsoft.
it seems like Sony is like they're already going towards that way. I mean, they out here like now it's like a disk drive sold separately kind of thing, and now it's like it's going to be to the point where it's like, you know what, we're not gonna do anything like on disc anymore. Like, and I don't think that Nintendo like would ever go all digital. I mean, like they still using cartridges, so it's like I mean, like yeah, so. I don't know, man. Like I think it's definitely Sony's definitely trying like to go all digital.
Me, I honestly think it's Microsoft, and just because of all of the things they doing with their streaming services, all the different platforms they putting them on with mobile, um, PC. They trying to. I don't know if they got to deal with Switch, but I'm for sure that's in the works. So I feel it's dumb. And I think they've been doing the most work to like make it work for everybody. So, um, I mean, I'm excited to see what they do with it. I don't know if I'm excited about the the prospect of them going all digital. But yeah, I think Microsoft.
I actually agree with Wave. I'm going Microsoft for one simple reason. I fully expect by the time we get whatever this new console is from Microsoft, I say 27, 28. I fully expect everything to be Game Pass. Like no more day one. It's just expected. Like you don't even have to announce it. I think whatever games that aren't available a part of that subscription, they'll be available for download. I think Microsoft, even though they won't say it, and I think the next console will have a disc slot more for legacy games, but I think it's a wrap. I think the Game Pass model will work. I think basically if it's just a foregone conclusion, look, nobody thought Call of Duty would come to Game Pass. When they purchased Activision, Microsoft even said, no, that's not happening. And then here we are. What is it? I believe this is the first one since the deal actually went through and cleared and everything. And here we are, day one Game Pass. So like, which PlayStation obviously was upset at because they went back on their word, but that's business. But still, I think Microsoft. I think Nintendo could get away with it, but I don't think they will.
You can't shout console wars and then get mad when they play dirty.
Right.
It's weird. Like so Sony been weird. They've been like, oh, exclusive. It's like, okay, we're gonna make this exclusive. No, that's not fair. Like, wait, what? Like what? Nani?
Game Live said, ain't nothing more relaxing than a stressful game. He said the first company go digital's Pornhub. Like
I mean, yeah, man. Like who walking around with porno tapes anymore, man?
He said most likely Nintendo and Microsoft. He said I think digital will work better. It's easier to fix game issues and bugs.
Yeah, but when they shut the game down, they shut the game down. You ain't got
That's my concern. Exactly. Right. As a collector, it completely basically ends my collecting. Forever, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Which I'm sure my wife would not be upset at. Let's get to the next one. I'll be coming home with boxes of just controllers and wires. Let's get to the next one. Collect coupons. Hell no. What is your preferred gaming beverage? Let's go now because I believe we did back in the day. You know what I mean? So like, if you
I remember that. Wait was like, I was like, yo, man, you gotta trust me, childhood.
Wait, say he's drinking 40s. I remember that now.
I ain't say no damn 40s, but it was something crazy. I misunderstood the question, man.
All right, so now
I was about to get my parents arrested. I just
me, I'm like, man, I'm like basically like whatever, man. Like I'm I'm still on my gin and juice flow, man. But I mean, but I like the occasional especially drinks out here in Japan. They have highballs like pause like so it's like it's basically just a whiskey and a club soda. So
Okay.
like and
Right
that's
way
like
to say that, man.
and that's because that's what it's called, man. Like in this
I appreciate you culture,
uh
man.
yeah, like, and that's basically like in Japan, like when you go out, it's basically like a starter drink. So you come out, first thing you do, sit on the table, beer, like that's it, and then you go, okay, next one, highball, and then and if you still drinking, which you probably are, like then you go into like more like the fancy cocktails and shit. So
All right, what you got, Wave?
Man, I can't drink all the crazy stuff no more, man. So it's just a glass of wine for me on the weekends and water on a weekday. Very simple, man.
sophisticated,
Yeah, pinky up. Oh fuck it.
pinky out, like
Said pinky up. For me, usually just like iced tea. Like basically like sometimes like was it Gold Peak, I think it's called. Like Gold Peak iced tea. A lot of times if I know I'm going to be gaming, is that if it has to be alcohol, then y'all both been to the crib. Y'all know I drink tequila, Don Julio specifically, but that's a little strong for gaming. You know what I mean? I remember a few times
like
I drank that while playing COD, and like after a
That's
while, I'm like
definitely the wrong
going the
thing.
wrong
Yes.
way. Like I'm going the wrong way.
Yes.
like,
It's wild. It's wild. I used to drink like that. Like when I was playing a rock band. And it's funny because like my neighbor, like when I was still living in New York. My neighbor was like, "Yo, like I could always tell when you drinking because they go from you playing the guitar to you playing the drums to you sit singing at the top of your lungs." Like it's like yep. Like yeah, I'm like the gin told me that I was a rock star. So I was like, look, man.
Gamer Live looks at Wade was drinking whiskey at 10.
It's hard. It's hard out here, man. You know,
Yeah.
whiskey on
He
the
said-
rocks.
Tokyo out here drinking that Diddy sweat.
Chill, man. Like, you gotta chill with that, man.
He said he messed with a good beer and water. Yeah, man. A lot of times it's just water, man, and ice water.
Diddy
Get
sweat
to this
is
next one,
crazy,
then we'll get out of here,
man.
man.
Do we putting the pinky up with the Diddy sweat, Mo?
I don't know, man. It's not me, man.
What's the most challenging thing about gaming? I'll kick this one off. For me now, it's trust, man. Like, and if it wasn't for Game Pass, I'd probably have for this current gen, I'd probably have about 4 games. Because now it's like back in the day, if a game even remotely looked good, I'd buy it. And if it's trash, whatever, it's all good. Because 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be at least okay. Now I don't trust. There's not a studio I trust. Maybe outside of Rockstar, to be honest. But they don't really put games out often. Other than that, again, without Game Pass or some type of demo where I could get my hands on it, I probably wouldn't be playing too many current games because I don't trust these studios, man. So to me, that's the most challenging thing. Every time I see something that looks good, that part of my mind is like, yeah, but what are they not showing, right? Or it's going to be delayed 50 times. So I don't trust a damn thing about this current industry.
I think the most challenging thing about gaming is getting a squad to get other to play something. Like it's because I mean, like me personally, I'm like I don't remember last time I played any game at all with anybody else. Like not just because it's just because like people like they got different schedules, or like hey, I'm trying to play this game now instead of that game, blah blah, so like that. So I'm like I haven't. It's real hard, like just to like sync up and then get everybody get on. I remember, like especially because you was talking about Left 4 Dead earlier. I remember
Petty Jake.
So I mean, because he don't be on. He don't be on. Like this is the first time I heard about Turtles like since like what like a couple months ago. Like see that like that's exactly what I mean. Like we don't.
Like, people that don't know what Turtles is, what are y'all talking about?
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
No, I
the
know.
Ninja
I'm saying for
Turtles.
people that don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah, because it's like yeah, I mean, it's like that, like because like I remember like we was playing Left 4 Dead, like we was on that every day, like full lobby of people like playing that like every day, stuff like that. But now it's like it gets to the point where it's like I haven't played Call of Duty in a minute because I was like, yo, ain't nobody playing with me. So I'm like, well, I mean, I don't want to play with a bunch of Randys. So I was like, yo, so I haven't played it at all, man. So I'm trying to like probably like I think because especially because it's coming to Game Pass, I think about like how I've been back on Call of Duty and start playing that a little bit more. But yeah, like I think that's it. Especially with me now, like with the time zone difference too. It's like because it's like what time is it there? Like John, it's like what like 10 o'clock, right? Like 10 p.m. Like it's 11:20 a.m. here. Like it's lunchtime, fam. So So I'm like, so usually like when y'all go to sleep, I'm waking up and vice versa.
Right.
Yeah, that's whack.
What you got, Wave?
The most challenging thing about gaming is just finding a good game to play, man. Like a lot of games ain't really that good, man. You be cycling through games all day trying to find something good. Then when you do find a good game, you end up playing that until it's like boring to the point where like you don't after like 2-3 months of playing something every day. If it ain't like really, really good, it do tend to get boring. It may be the best thing you playing though, so you just still playing that. But I would just say like consistent good games.
All right, Game Alive looks at dedicating time for good time consuming games. That is a whole thing. Like basically, like for example, I've been meaning to get back to the college game. Wave, I know you said that that you put time in on that game. Like it's just one of those things where it's like I want to try to play something new, right? I'm gonna try to complete a game like the Star Wars joint, or the little one wants to play something, so I'll play. You know what I mean? I'll play whatever game she's playing, and then next thing you know, it's late at night, and it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Where did time go? Like, he also said, Tokyo, let me know. I'll rock with you, bro. It's hard out there with no friends.
Oh, man,
that's crazy. Yeah,
I got friends out here like they just don't play video games. Like we go out and drink all day. Like that's I'm like yeah, but I mean, yeah, like I did, like I said, man, like if anybody trying to play, like yeah, I'll get on and play, man. It's just it's just especially games like that. I'm like because I'm a big Halo fan. I like playing Halo and shit like that. Like I like especially like capture the flag or like ranked ranked Slayer and all that. I don't want to play it with a bunch of Randys. I'll get on and it's the one dude who's not playing, or the one dude who's trash, or the other dude who's like, yo, I'm not doing any other objectives. I'm just like, or the one dude like that's like, yeah, or the one dude who's just like who blasting me music in the background. So it's like, man, it's like
I'm that one dude. I'm not gonna lie, but not in ranked though.
Yeah, so I mean, like that's the thing. Like I feel like you can play casually, like no problem. But if you want to play like ranked and shit like that, like you got to have a squad, man. You can't be out there like leaving it up to chance, man. Like because like my kill death issue is not going to allow that, man.
All right, yo, that's all we got for this week's show, man. Appreciate y'all as we switched it up, with some more topic based. Next week we'll be back. Definitely going to touch upon the Nintendo Museum that just
opens today.
That just opened out in Japan. Tokyo Swift will be live from the museum next week. Now,
I'm like it sound like you sponsoring, fam. Like send us money.
Nintendo,
send us money. I'll be there.
Up. Nintendo all locked up.
Them copyright ninjas would be on you quick,
right? But we'll be back next week, man. Wave, take it away, man. Close it out.
Hey, yo, everybody, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Everybody have a good night and enjoy your week. Don't do anything crazy to get you in the bookings. What you talking about? Oh, bitch, you cooking? That was a Dave Chappelle. That was a Dave Chappelle reference. My friends watching to understand that. Yeah. Get it.
All right, yo, be out. Peace.